Traffic on the streets. David, how are things looking now?
Well, we have a couple of problem spots, Sherry. West of the city, there's a crash after Route 20, making it slow out of Lexington. On the Mass Pike West, slow about 5.5 miles, getting by Route 290. 9 minutes to sit in this. And the Pike East is on the brakes, Route 84 to the Service Plaza in Charlton. The expressway south not looking good now. A 25-minute ride Boston to Braintree because of a crash in the left lane before Bryant Ave. Northbound on the expressway is a little bit less than this. Pockets of congestion. East Milton Square to Sourh Drive. Folks heading to Fenway for a game this afternoon. 93 south is slow from Route 38 into the O'Neill Tunnel. We have delays on the lever connector down ramp just about all the way to Sourh Drive. Sourh has delays in both directions waiting to take that exit to Kenmore and Fenway. 93 also seeing delays in both directions around Route 60 and Route 28 in Medford. On Cape Cod, the worst of Route 6 west is from before Route 130 to the Sagamore Bridge. That's a 14-minute ride. On Route 28 north, it's less than a 5-minute wait to get to the border rotary. David Struffolino, WBZ, traffic on the 3.
And now the 4-day WBZ AccuWeather forecast. Here's John Ferris.
Clouds and some sunny breaks for the rest of today. On the cool side for the middle of June, only topping out in the lower mid-60s. Partly cloudy tonight, down to 55. And mostly cloudy for tomorrow, high 66 to 70. We'll see a little bit more in the way of sunshine Tuesday, high right around 70. And then Wednesday, a thunder shower early on. Clouds versus some sunshine, a warmer afternoon up to 76, and then much warmer for Thursday. I'm AccuWeather meteorologist John Ferris, WBZ, Boston News Radio.
All right, we'll check the region. Pittsfield in far western Mass with 66 degrees. Let's see, Holyoke 66 as well. Worcester 63, Leominster 67. Up along the North Shore, looks like we're averaging about 65 degrees. The South Coast, 61 to 63 degrees. If you're heading to the Cape to enjoy Father's Day, anywhere between the low to mid 60s. In the city right now, it's mostly sunny at 61 degrees. Subaru summer, it's finally here. And here's Jordan Rich.
Welcome to the WBZ Book Club. This is Jordan Rich. Happy to announce that Eleanor Lipman, who writes very funny novels, is at it again with her latest Every Tom, Dick, and Harry. I should mention that Eleanor was born in Lowell, Massachusetts, went to Simmons College, worked at Channel 2 here in Boston, and has written several really fun novels. In this one, our main character, Emma Lewis, takes over the family business, the estate sale business, and she finds herself getting more than she bargained for. One particular client, one of her biggest to come, is a beautiful house, poised as a lovely B&B, but with a rather shady history. It's a former house of ill repute. Emma has to make a living, and in the book Every Tom, Dick, and Harry, the author Eleanor Lipman offers up a series of hilarious situations, something Eleanor is very adept at. I really enjoyed exploring the author's creative website, and that's an easy one to remember, EleanorLipman.com. Check out her latest novel, Every Tom, Dick, and Harry. The author is Eleanor Lipman, and that's the Book Club, WBZ, Boston's News Radio.
Program frontman Eddie Vedder and his wife Jill hope to shed light on the community with a new documentary.
Matter of time, show me dermalitis bullosa, or ED, a rare skin disease affecting children 18 and Eddie and Jill Vedder's efforts to find a cure, not an easy road, but Eddie told me there's hope, a lot of it.
You know, the energy you put in, too, it's of the limitless kind. It's so powerful.
And for Rowan, who suffers from ED, it's about building on that hope.
This documentary will really help tell the people who don't know.
At the Tribeca Film Festival in New York. Matt Walsh, CBS News.
Coming up next in the news, the Chelsea community holding a vigil for 2 people detained by ICE, 2 young men. That story and more coming right up.
The daughters fighting the mother.
The Sheriff Fair in Weymouth on Route 53. Do you believe? More than 300 bar and counter stools and more than 100 dinettes currently on display. Visit the Sheriff Fair in Weymouth. Hurry in now for special spring savings.
Extension 22, a medical limit, Washington Street, and Wall M Street, Boston. Direct box 1631, Washington, and Wall M
Over
Street.
55, begin anew in Highland Green. Live the lifestyle you've always imagined. Highland Green offers gorgeous scenery and a variety of stylish, well-made and custom homes and cottages, only 30 minutes from Portland, Maine. Immerse yourself in peaceful surroundings, full of hiking trails, tranquil streams and springs from 34 states and counting at Highland Green. Visit HighlandGreenLifestyle.com. Again, that's HighlandGreenLifestyle.com. Hi, I'm Carol Landy of Millbrook Modular Homes. We build affordable, custom-made, attached near-wall modular additions for family homes. See floor plans in our contact form at MillbrookHomes.com. Get great rates and low down payments on your auto insurance.
A-affordableinsurance.com. Insurance made simple.
Our iHeartRadio Music Festival
Presented by Capital One.
is coming back to Las Vegas,
September 19th and 20th. Streaming live only on Hulu.
and you can be there.
For a weekend full of superstar performances, never before seen collaborations, and once-in-a-lifetime artist moments you'll have to see to believe. Tickets are on sale now at AXS.com. Get your tickets today at AXS.com. And we'll see you at our 2025 iHeartRadio Music Festival.
Presented by Capital One. WBZ News Radio, where Boston hears it first.
As Garrett Crochet threads the thread noted his starts, Anna is watching on, adding new rows to her sweater.
I can only crochet when crochet is in the game.
By the end of the season, she's hoping to have a full sweater done, maybe in time for October baseball.
Follow it as it unfolds on WBZ, Boston's News Radio. This is WBZ News Radio, where Boston gets the news. An iHeart radio station.
All right, we have mostly sunny skies now. 61 degrees in Boston at 12:30 on this Father's Day, June 15th. I'm Sherry Small. Thanks for tuning in. Here's what's happening. Dozens of community members came together at Chelsea City Hall last night in honor of two young men detained by ICE. The Globe reports immigration agents stopped 20-year-old Giovanni De La Cruz Catalan outside of his home on Wednesday, just a few days after he graduated from Chelsea High School. The next thing, 19-year-old high school student Belisario Vasquez went to Burlington for what he thought was a meeting about his asylum application process, but instead he was detained and transferred to a holding facility in Plymouth. The families of both of the young men say neither of them have criminal records. These arrests coming just a few weeks after ICE detained Milford High School junior Marcelo Gomes De Silva on his way to volleyball practice. Nearly a week before being released on bond while his case plays out. Los Angeles Mayor Tom says the nighttime curfew in downtown LA will remain indefinitely. The governor of the Western freeway includes videos Chinatown and the Arts and Fashion District. After the state minister claimed that thousands of people flooded the area Saturday to protest the Trump administration. The no change event was relatively peaceful until late afternoon, but some demonstrators threw objects and launched commercial-grade fireworks at police. City officials say they went to extraordinary lengths to ensure the peace, deploying extra police and fire units. I'm Tammy Trevino. Tragic update now to a story that we want to police died of their injuries. The witnesses tell CBS News Boston that the girls were crossing Walmart Street with their father when they were hit. One of the girls was riding a bicycle while the other was a baby in a stroller. Police say the baby has died at Boston Hospital. The older sister riding the bicycle is still being treated for serious injuries. The suspect, 23-year-old Justin LeClaire of Manchester, also allegedly hit another car and a telephone pole. The driver of the other car suffered non-life-threatening injuries. LeClaire was charged with DWI, reckless conduct, and other charges. Investigation into that
operators to check for documentation of immunity from measles, either through vaccination or prior infection. That's for all children, staff, and volunteers, and it comes amid a deadly year of outbreaks that is now near record levels. CDC also recommends summer camps prepare against the spread of measles infections by stocking up on face masks and preparing a potential isolation space to separate campers who get sick. Michael Toscano, CBS News, Washington.
A key hearing about Harvard's ability to enroll foreign students is set for tomorrow. We'll have to take a straight ahead, but first we're going to check the roads and the weather, starting with the Subaru retailers of New England. All-wheel drive traffic on the streets. David, it's 12:33, and where are the trouble spots?
We have some north and south of the city, Sherry. 93 north has a rollover. 2 left lanes blocked before Route 28 in Medford, and it's backing up from Route 16 and causing curiosity delays southbound from Spot Pond. 93 south also busy from Route 38 into the O'Neill Tunnel. Reduced speeds, not jammed. The Deliver Connector down ramp is stacked up from 93 onto Sourh Drive. Sourh has delays in both directions approaching the Kenmore exit with folks heading to game at Fenway. The expressway south is backed up to a crash in the left lane before Bryant Ave. And the northbound side of the expressway, just before the expressway on 93 north, supported by Route 37. Then pockets of congestion on the expressway from Furnace Parkway to Sourh Drive. Route 3 has delays in both directions getting by Derby Street. The worst of Route 6 West is from before Route 130 to the Sagamore Bridge. Mass Pike West is slow for about 5.5 miles getting by Route 290. Pike East on the bridge to Route 84 to the Service Plaza in Johnson. 95 West on Route 7, Route 3, both sides have electric to 2 block radio crossing Route 20.
Charlie 421 out there, but locate the only 14 call.
And even warmer midweek on Wednesday. A high at 76, but unfortunately it's going to turn more humid with a thunder shower early. Sometime in the afternoon, and if we look at the first day, even warmer. Highs getting up here to party 3 years ago is back in Massachusetts. Jose Sanchez of the Dominican Republic was charged with first degree murder and party on Market Street back in April of 2022. Officials say that Sanchez fled prior to his arrest and was apprehended in the Dominican Republic last October, where he remained there until his extradition to Massachusetts just this last Friday. Sanchez is set to be arraigned in Lawrence District Court tomorrow. To Minnesota now, authorities are still searching for 57-year-old Vance Belcher, the suspected gunman who allegedly shot and killed State Representative Melissa Hortman and her husband, and also shot State Senator John Hoffman and his wife. Police say they found a list of targets in the suspect's car and that he impersonated a police officer. According to law enforcement sources, the list in his car including Democratic politicians in Minnesota at the state and federal level. State officials and local law enforcement say there is now increased security presence for lawmakers and other officials. In Washington, political leaders from both sides of the aisle, including former President Joe Biden, with a similar message, say political violence has no place in the country. The entire congressional Minnesota Guardian also releasing a joint statement condemning the activities of the Olympians.
132. I'll ask someone to call back.
Crashed in the left-hand lane. Looked like somebody was taking on the ambulance earlier.
With curbside pickup and delivery
See what
available,
they
you'll
got
always
going
find
on
what you
up
love
there.
only at Total Line and More.
Drink responsibly, B21.
A few cruises.
Don't let an
Look like a
undercover
couple of
pneumonia
tow
break your
trucks.
stride. If you're 50 or older, you're at increased risk.
We got 2 cars. They probably ran into each other. So you gotta keep your distance. The other side is just the curiosity effect. Traffic like it's all opened up right here. Traffic on 93 North is backed up pretty bad.
Are you looking for local news coverage? We'll bring more to your town to you. WBC on so far has lived up to a hefty contract. He has a 1.84 ERA over 14 starts. First pitch set for 135. Today's the final round of the U.S. Open. The leaders have yet to tee off. Sam Burns comes into today with a one-stroke lead over Adam Scott and J.J. Spawn.
Talking weather together here, so Subaru retailers are doing some all-wheel drive, traffic on the street. And David, this time is brought to us by Commonwealth Motors.
We have a couple of big backups, Sherry. This report is sponsored by Pizza. Sourh drive stop and go in both directions approaching the
sunshine, highs near 70 will warm up midweek Wednesday with a high of 76, and unfortunately it's going to be more humid and there'll be a thunder shower early. But then some sunshine in the afternoon. Thursday, even warmer, mid-80s, but that comes with a thunderstorm in the PM hours. Right now in the city, we're seeing a mostly sunny, 61 degrees. According to the Lowell Sun, the GLCF has seen a lot of growth over the last 5 years with an 80% increase in funding. There are 12 children's services, 6 elder services, and 8 LGBTQ plus services receiving grants this year out of over 100 applications. 1247 Midwest lawmakers.
Guys, thanks for watching. Be safe out there. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. Take care, be safe, enjoy the weather. Peace and love and happiness.